I cannot make you an expert on Microsoft Clarity in 5 minutes. However, I can show you how to get high level insight that is actionable that you could do in 5 minutes of your own time. And it's what I personally use when I need to go up to speed in a brand and they send me Microsoft Clarity. It's Isaac from BS Dev Shop, previous CTO startup and previous tech lead of a 500 million D2C brand. So I'm going to show you 5 things that I look at when I first start, and all of them take less than a minute each to do. The aim of the game with CRO is being a detective. Like, you don't look at the data and it's ironclad of like, oh, this is what's happening. The whole point is to try and understand your users, why they're doing what they're doing, and what the information says about your audience. So you're looking for anomalies, you're looking for trends, anything that's some sort of correlation. Then you're supposed to build theories and test these theories. Okay, so I am using obviously a demo account because I can't just dox people. I don't want to show you other people's information. But the main thing we're going to be looking at is using smart events and honestly just these tools right here. Most of it's already on the dashboard. All I've done is load up the demo data and set the last days to 28 days. Okay, so number one, which page has the most add to cart? The reason I look for this is because people tend to think of conversion as one event, but really it's 3 distinct events. You have to add to the cart, you have to reach the checkout, and then you actually convert. Obviously, the actual paying is the thing that matters the most. However, if people don't add to cart, they can never reach any of the other steps. So it's very important as like top of the funnel. This demo does not actually have a purchase events, but it has different events like download, login. So as a reference, these are smart events and they kind of just like manually track. Let's consider download as the add to cart, and let's consider login as the purchase. So you go to download, and what that does is it will only show you events that have a download on them, only show you sessions with download. So you can see a lot of cool stuff. You see like the sessions, whether it's new users or returning users. But like I said, you can see the pages that relate most to adding to cart. You can see top pages here. It looks like it's just the base level page, whatever. Normally you'd have a bunch of different entries. For Shopify, only really look at the templates. So I don't mean page specifically as in like what product relates to the highest add to carts. I would tend to look at what template. So, if you have a PDP and there's 2 variations, is there one that seems to be performing better than the other, or is it the collection page, not a specific collection? You can look for more popular products, but I tend to look for the templates to see if there's any trends between them. Number 2, what landing pages relates to the most sales? And this is kind of interesting because although there might be certain pages that are more popular than others that get traction, the actual page that most people enter on is also interesting too. And it's not just what page people enter on, it's what page people enter on that makes them buy. So what is the idyllic user journey start? And the way you do that again is you just go to the event that you want and then top entry pages, and it'll show you all the pages that people start on. They'll have a bunch of them, but obviously the top one tends to be the most popular in the conversion cycle. Number 3, which referrer relates to all cycles. Which referrer tends to get you the most purchases? So similar to what landing page do people start their user journey on, where does the traffic come from that tends to give you the best purchases? So it's not the amount of traffic, the most purchases. And you just do that by looking at referrer. Really, it's really simple. It's out of the box. Number 4, I look for the top exit page. This doesn't always have useful information. However, it can be misleading, because if it's the most popular product, of course, most people are also going to exit on that page because it's where most users get to. However, it could be something more specific like a collection. So maybe people aren't really exiting so much on product pages, they're exiting more on collection pages. Again, it's not always the most useful, but if you see something here that stands out as a top exit page, it can actually be very important. And then finally, number 5, which does apply to all the previous ones, is devices, which is pretty simple. So generally, normally for most D2C brands, will get way higher mobile to desktop or PC. But this is also pretty useful as well. Remember how I said previously you want to look for templates based on how the data is laid out. So, maybe the product pages tend to have higher add to cart than the collection pages. It says a lot about the user journey and what they're interacting with. But the template is also going to look incredibly different depending on device width. So mobile might perform significantly better than desktop or vice versa. And these are useful things to kind of understand what people are looking for based on the information that will be available to them on the screen. So in conclusion, obviously there is more than you can do, but this is to get the creative juices flowing. Like I said previously, with CRO, you are looking for anomalies and trends, and you're trying to understand more about your users. You then build, test to validate that, and over time you get to serve them better, which results in a conversion lift. It probably won't move the needle immediately, however, it will certainly compound if you give it time. So happy hunting.